Space was quiet. Too quiet. The human frigate Horizon floated alone in the dark. It was a small ship, old, damaged, and almost forgotten by the human alliance. Most people believed the Horizon was useless in real war. It was only 120 meters long, carried a tiny crew and had weak weapons. But tonight, this small ship stood against something impossible. A giant alien fleet had entered human space. Thousands of alien ships, long, sharp, and glowing like burning knives. They belonged to the Zereth Dominion, a race known for destroying planets in one night. Their ships looked like black shadows moving across the stars. The Zereth never warned before attacking. They only sent one message to every species. Surrender. You cannot escape the Zereth. But the Horizon never received that message. Its communication system was broken. Inside the ship, Captain Aaron Hale stood in the command room. He was calm, but his eyes showed fear. He had only 30 crew members. The ship had only half power. And fuel was almost gone. But there was something the Zereth did not know. Captain Hale was famous for one skill: he could outsmart anyone. The crew looked at their screens as red dots appeared, hundreds, then thousands. "Captain," said Officer Lena, her voice shaking. The whole Zereth fleet is here. We cannot run. We cannot fight." Hale did not answer. He slowly stepped forward and touched the glass window. Outside, the alien armada looked like a storm of death. The Horizon was alone. Completely alone. And the aliens had already seen them. A huge Zereth battleship moved closer. Its size was terrifying, like a city floating in space. It sent a scanning beam across the horizon. Officer Rix whispered, "Sir, we are dead." But Hale finally spoke. His voice was low and calm. "No. They think we are weak. They think we are nothing. That is our advantage." The crew stared at him, confused. The captain continued, "Listen carefully. The Zereth always attack with logic. They expect us to run. Or to fight. We will do neither." He turned toward the navigation officer. "Prepare the decoy systems." Everyone froze. "Sir, those are prototypes," Lena said. "We never tested them. They can break the whole ship." Hale gave a small smile. "We don't need them to work perfectly. We only need them to confuse the enemy." Outside, the first alien warships powered their weapons. Blue energy gathered at their cannons. The Horizon vibrated as a warning alarm screamed. "Enemy weapons charging." Rick shouted. Hale raised his hand. "Stay calm. Start the fake distress signal." "But sir." "Do it." A signal went out into space. It was a broken, messy human transmission. It said, "To any ship, please help, reactor meltdown, we cannot control the ship, explosion risk." The Zereth battleships paused. Their scanners checked the horizon again. A ship about to explode could damage their fleet. So they moved back, creating distance. The crew gasped. "It worked," Rix whispered. Hale nodded. "First trick. Now prepare the second." He ordered the ship to spin slowly, acting unstable. Lights flickered. Heat signatures changed. The horizon looked like a dying ship. But inside, the crew worked like lightning. "Captain," Lena said, "Zereth ships are forming a ring around us." "They want to watch us die," Rix added. Hale looked at the screen and whispered, "Good. That means they are not thinking." Suddenly, an idea came to him, simple but deadly. "Activate the gravity pulse," he ordered. The crew stared in shock. "That device is experimental," Lena said. "It can break our engines." "It will also break their formation," Hale replied. "Do it." The button was pressed. For 1 second, nothing happened. Then space bent. A silent wave spread from the horizon, like a ripple in water. The Zereth ships, tightly packed, were pushed slightly out of position. Just a few meters, but enough to confuse their targeting systems. Their perfect formation became imperfect. Their AI hesitated. And Hale acted instantly. Engine burst. Now. The small human frigate suddenly shot forward, straight between the two largest Zereth warships. They did not fire because they still believed the horizon was unstable. The frigate slipped through the cracks of the alien armada like a shadow. The crew could not believe it. We escaped the first line," Lena said, stunned. "Not escaped," Hale corrected. "We entered deeper." The crew stared at him, horrified. "Sir, are you planning to fight them?" Hale shook his head. "No. We will not fight. We will outsmart them." He pointed at the massive enemy flagship in the distance. "That ship controls the whole fleet. If we confuse their command system, the whole Zereth armada will lose coordination." Rick swallowed hard. Sir, we are one small frigate. Hale smiled. And they think we are already dying. That is our greatest weapon. Outside, the alien flagship turned its guns toward the horizon. The entire Zereth fleet now focused on the tiny human ship drifting toward their center. In that moment, one small human frigate faced an entire alien armada. Captain Hale whispered, "Let's show them what humans can do." The screen turned red as the flagship fired the first shot. The Zereth flagship fired. A beam of blue plasma cut through the darkness of space. It looked like a falling star, bright enough to blind the horizon's cameras. The crew screamed as alarms echoed across the ship. Impact in 3 seconds. Rick shouted. Captain Hale did not move. His eyes stayed locked on the hologram. "Hold course," he ordered calmly. "But sir?" "Hold course." The plasma beam hit the horizon. But instead of destroying the ship, it passed through a fake holographic projection. A decoy. A false image. The real horizon had already moved 300 meters to the left using a silent microthruster burst. The alien flagship didn't realize its shot had missed. The crew stared in shock. Lena whispered, "Captain, they still think we're in the original location." Hale nodded once. "Good. We have 30 seconds before they adjust." He tapped a screen showing a glowing point inside the alien formation. "That is our target. The Zereth command node. If we damage it even a little, their fleet AI will lose coordination." Rix looked pale. "Sir, thousands of ships follow that command node. We are one frigate." Hale gave a sharp smile. "And they think we are dying. Let's use that." He stepped closer to the command table. "Prepare the mimic signal." The crew froze. "Sir, the mimic signal copies the enemy communication code," Lena said. "We never completed the testing." "That doesn't matter," Hale said. "The Zereth want to control everything. So we will let them think they already control us." He typed a simple command. The horizon suddenly transmitted a weak fake message in the Zereth language. "Human ship reactor failing. Entering emergency shutdown." The Zereth scanners paused. The entire fleet slowed for 1 second. Only 1 second. But Captain Hale acted instantly. Engine burst full power. Head straight toward the command node. The small frigate roared forward. The alien ships hesitated. Their AI calculated. Dying ship. Weak shield. No weapons active. No threat. So they moved aside, just slightly, giving the horizon a narrow path straight into the center of the fleet. The crew could see the alien ships through the window now, dark metal giants carved with glowing symbols. They moved like mechanical beasts. The command node sat in the middle. A huge structure with hundreds of blue lights. It looked like a brain made of metal. "Sir, oh, we are close," Lena whispered. Hale nodded. "Activate stealth plating." The horizon's outer hull turned black, absorbing light. The ship almost vanished against the darkness of space. But this time, the Zereth AI felt something strange. Warnings flashed across enemy screens. Unidentified energy signature. Ship location unclear. Rescan required. The aliens grew suspicious. The fleet began to shift. A wave of warships moved inward, forming a deadly cage around the command node. "They know," Rick shouted. "They are surrounding us." "Let them," Hale replied. The horizon slowed down. On purpose. Lights flickered. Thrusters sputtered. It looked like the ship was about to die. Lena understood and whispered, "Sir, you are acting like a mouse to make the wolves relax." Hale nodded. "Exactly. Now, let us bite." He pointed at the engineering officer. "Activate the shock pulse." The crew gasped. "That device is unstable." Lena shouted. "It could destroy us." Hale's voice was firm. "Do it." The button was pressed. The horizon released a silent, invisible burst of electromagnetic energy. Not strong enough to harm ships. Not strong enough to explode anything. But strong enough to confuse sensors. Alien screens went dark for a moment. Targeting systems froze. Navigation paused. Weapons malfunctioned. The entire Zereth fleet blinked, like a giant machine losing power. "Now!" Hale roared. The horizon accelerated sharply, slipping between 2 disabled alien cruisers. Sparks flew as their shields brushed the sides of the human frigate. The ship dove downward, moving under the command node. The crew could see its massive structure glowing above them. Rick shouted, "Sir, we are detected. Enemy weapons charging." Hale smiled calmly. "Good. That means they are thinking again. And thinking slows them down." He pressed a final command. "Launch the phantom mines." Small metallic spheres floated out of the horizon. They did not explode. They did not attack. Instead, each sphere projected fake heat signatures and false human signals. Dozens of copies of the horizon appeared on enemy sensors. Now the Zereth scanners showed 47 human frigates, all moving in different directions, all mimicking the same dying reactor signal. The aliens panicked. Cruisers fired wildly. Battleships tried to block escape paths. The command node sent urgent orders. Chaos spread through the Zereth armada. Lena stared in disbelief. Sir, they don't know which one is real. Hale nodded. Exactly what we needed. He turned to engineering. Prepare EMP lance. Rix's eyes widened. Sir, that weapon was never used in real battle. Then today will be a first. The horizon moved under the command node, close enough to see its metal plates and glowing circuits. Sir, Lena whispered, we are inside the heart of the alien fleet. And now, Hale said softly, we stop the heart. He raised his hand. Fire. A thin beam of electromagnetic energy shot upward from the horizon and struck the command node directly. The alien supercomputer flickered, paused, and then shut down. The entire Zereth fleet froze. Every ship, every weapon, every engine, silent, dead. The crew sat in stunned silence. We stopped an entire alien fleet, Lena whispered. Hale corrected her. No, we only confused them. The real fight begins now. Outside, the first Zereth ships began to reboot. And the horizon was still trapped in the middle of thousands of enemy warships. For 10 long seconds, the Zereth fleet stayed silent. Thousands of alien ships hung in space like frozen statues. Their engines were dark. Their weapons were cold. Their systems were blind. Inside the horizon, no one breathed. It felt like time itself had stopped. But Captain Hale knew the truth. They were not dead. They were only stunned. And soon, the giants would wake up angry. Reboot countdown detected. Rick shouted. Enemy systems restarting. Time? Hale asked. 60 seconds. Hale nodded. That is enough. The crew looked confused. Enough for what? The horizon was trapped in the center of the Zereth armada. Alien cruisers were above, below, left, and right. There was no clear path to escape. Lena whispered, Sir, how do we survive this? Hale slowly smiled. We don't escape yet. We make them attack themselves first. The crew froze. Rix blinked. Sir, you want the alien fleet to fight the alien fleet? Exactly. Lena shook her head. But how? Hale lifted a small hologram showing the command node. This computer controls all Zereth ships. I hit it with a low-power EMP. It shut down, but it will restart in less than a minute. When it wakes up, its data will be corrupted. He zoomed in on a glowing red section. Some ships will receive wrong orders. Some will identify friendly ships as enemies. Lena understood first. A chain reaction. Rix continued. A communication meltdown. Hale finished. And a civil war inside their own fleet. The crew stared in awe. Captain Hale was planning to make the Zereth destroy themselves. But time was running out. Reboot in 30 seconds. Rick shouted. Hale turned toward engineering. Start the optical cloak. Hide us inside the interference field of the command node. The horizon moved closer to the command node's giant glowing structure. The hull turned black again, blending with the shadows. The enemy ships would need perfect sensors to find the tiny frigate. But after the EMP corruption, their sensors would be chaos. Reboot in 15 seconds. Rick said. Everyone prepared. Lena tightened her harness. Rix wiped sweat from his face. Hale stood like a statue, eyes fixed on the alien ships surrounding them. Outside, the first Zereth ships flickered. Lights blinked. Engines hummed. The giants were waking up. Reboot in 5, 4, 3. Hale took a deep breath. 2, 1. Silence. Then, boom. A shockwave of energy erupted from the command node. The Zereth fleet came back online. And just as Hale predicted, the chaos began instantly. One alien cruiser detected a false hostile signal from its neighbor and fired a plasma bolt. The neighbor detected a false missile signature and fired back. A battleship misread a friendly ship as a threat and launched torpedoes. Within 10 seconds, the Zereth fleet was shooting at itself. Thousands of warships fired in every direction. Missiles streaked across space. Plasma beams cut through entire formations. Explosion after explosion shook the darkness. Lena stared with wide eyes. They are destroying each other. Hale nodded. Good. But remember, this chaos will not last long. Their AI will correct itself soon. Rick shouted, but sir, look. Two massive battleships collided as their navigation systems malfunctioned. The explosion lit up the void like a miniature sun. Another cruiser fired at a ship below it, only to be hit by friendly torpedoes from behind. A superdestroyer, confused by wrong data, blasted its own escort ships. A wildfire of destruction spread through the alien armada. But the horizon was still not safe. A flaming cruiser spun out of control, coming directly toward them. Lena screamed, "Collision incoming." "Hold position," Hale ordered. "Sir, it will crush us." "No. Watch." The burning cruiser smashed into another Zereth ship before reaching them. Both vessels exploded, their wreckage drifting away. The horizon remained untouched, hidden under the command node. But the chaos was reaching a boiling point. "Sir," Rick shouted. "The AI is repairing itself. The friendly fire attacks are dropping." Hale's expression turned serious. "Then we begin the next phase." Lena blinked. "Next phase." Hale opened a new hologram, showing a map of the fleet. "We will make them believe a powerful human fleet has arrived." Rick's jaw dropped. "But, we have no fleet." Hale smiled. "We don't need one. We only need them to think we have one." He activated the signal echo device, a small box with glowing blue lights. This device will copy the energy signature of human warships, and project them across multiple positions around the Zereth fleet. Lena gasped. "Sir, you're making holograms of battleships." "Not visuals," Hale corrected. "Sensor ghosts. Invisible to the eye, but terrifying to their scanners." He pressed a command. Across the Zereth armada, multiple signals appeared. 12 fake human battleships. 8 fake heavy cruisers. 5 fake carrier signatures. The Zereth AI panicked. Enemy fleet detected. Human reinforcements approaching. All ships prepare counterattack. The alien fleet stopped shooting each other. Instead, they prepared to fire on the imaginary human fleet. Rix whispered, "Sir, they will shoot nothingness." Hale nodded. "Yes. And waste their weapons." Outside, alien warships launched hundreds of missiles toward empty space. Thousands of plasma beams fired at imaginary enemies. Their ammunition dropped. Their power cores overheated. Their heavy weapons overloaded. Hale watched quietly. "Good. Keep wasting your power." But then everything changed. The command node flashed red. The Zereth AI issued a new command. "Locate real human ship." The illusions had worked too well. The aliens realized the true threat was not a fake fleet. It was the horizon. Rick shouted, "Sir, they're scanning for us." Lena added, "They are narrowing our location." Hale nodded calmly. "Then it's time to move." The horizon powered up silently. "Destination?" Lena asked. Hale pointed at the biggest ship in the fleet, the Zereth superflagship. "That ship controls the second command system. If we disable that one, the entire fleet becomes blind again." Rick swallowed. "Sir, that ship is the most dangerous." "Yes," Hale said, "and that is why they will never expect us to attack it." The horizon moved out from the shadows, toward the largest and deadliest ship in the alien armada. The horizon left the shadows and moved into open space. The Zereth superflagship stood ahead like a mountain made of metal. It was massive, 10 kilometers long, with glowing blue lines running across its hull like veins. Its weapons were strong enough to burn a moon in minutes. Its armor was thicker than any other ship in the fleet. Lena whispered, "That ship, it looks like a floating city?" Rix added, "More like a floating nightmare." Captain Hale said nothing. His eyes were fixed on the hologram of the superflagship. "That ship carries the secondary command core," he explained. "If we disable it, the Zereth will be blind again." Lena looked worried. "But sir, moving close to it is suicide." Hale finally turned and said calmly, "It is only suicide if we let them think we are enemies." The horizon accelerated slowly. Not too fast. Not too aggressive. It moved like a damaged, dying ship, exactly the way Hale wanted. Behind them, the rest of the Zereth fleet was still firing at imaginary human ships. Their sensors were confused. Their weapons overheated. Their AI struggled to understand what was real. But the super flagship was different. It was smarter, stronger, and more dangerous. As the horizon approached, a deep metallic voice filled their speakers. It was the Zereth AI. "Human vessel. You are detected. You are compromised. Prepare for destruction." Rix whispered, "Great, it sees us." Hale shook his head. No. It thinks it sees us. There's a difference. He pressed a button. The horizon suddenly released a weak, broken transmission. It was a fake distress message in the Zereth language. Human ship, reactor failing, requesting surrender protocol, cannot resist. The super flagship paused. A scanning beam swept across the horizon. Lena held her breath. Rix gripped the edge of his console. After a long moment, the Zereth AI responded. State intention. Hale whispered, good. It believes we are surrendering. He typed another simple message. Request docking. Crew injured. Systems dying. Silence. Then the answer came. Docking route opened. A bright pathway lit up on the super flagship's hull, guiding the horizon directly toward a docking port. Rix's voice trembled. Sir, they are actually letting us come close. Hale nodded. Exactly. Now the challenge begins. The horizon slowed and followed the glowing landing path. Giant cannons tracked them from every angle. One wrong move, and the super flagship would vaporize them instantly. Lena whispered, we are flying into the mouth of a monster. Hale replied softly. Yes. But the monster thinks we are already dead. As the horizon came closer, the docking port opened like a giant metal iris. Captain, Rick said nervously, we cannot dock for real. They will board us and kill everyone. Who said we are docking? Hale asked calmly. The crew paused. Hale turned to engineering. Activate hull magnets. Full power. The horizon suddenly latched onto the outside of the super flagship, just a few meters from the docking entrance. The aliens expected the ship inside, not hanging on the hull. Lena blinked. Sir, why are we sticking to the outside? Hale zoomed in on the structural map. This area leads directly to the secondary command core. And this section has weak shield coverage. Rix understood. You want to cut inside from the outside? Exactly. Hale ordered. Start drilling the micro-tunnel. The horizon deployed robotic arms with plasma cutters. They started slicing through the alien armor, slowly creating a narrow hole. But time was running out. Captain, Lena said urgently, the Zereth fleet behind us is recovering. Their AI is fixing the sensor errors. Rix added, we have 4 minutes before the whole armada realizes there is no human fleet. Hale nodded. Then we must be fast. The robotic cutters glowed, melting through layers of alien armor. 3 minutes left. The Zereth cruisers in the background started to regroup. 2 minutes left. The Phantom fleet signals began to fade. 1 minute left. A nearby alien destroyer turned toward them. Lena shouted, Sir. Enemy ships are heading this way. Hale raised a hand. Focus on the tunnel. The final layer of armor fell away. Behind it was a glowing core chamber filled with blue lights, rotating circuits, and a massive control sphere. The secondary command core, Hale whispered. Now we finish this. He activated a small device, an EMP spike shaped like a metal spear with electric coils. Rix asked, Sir, will one small device really shut that thing down? Hale smiled. It won't shut it down. It will confuse it. And confusion is more dangerous. He pressed the button. A drone carried the EMP spike into the tunnel and attached it to the alien core. Hale said softly, Detonate. The spike released a violent burst of electromagnetic distortion. The super flagship trembled. Lights flickered. Engines roared. The Zereth AI screamed. System error. Command core corrupted. Then the entire fleet reacted. Hundreds of alien ships suddenly lost coordination again. Some ships turned left when they should turn right. Others fired thrusters randomly. A few activated weapons at the wrong targets. Chaos returned. Lena gasped. Sir. The fleet is collapsing. Rick shouted, we did it. Their whole armada is malfunctioning again. But Hale did not celebrate. He stared at the hologram of the super flagship. No, not yet. The core inside the flagship started glowing red. The AI was repairing itself faster this time. Lena whispered, Sir. The core is rebooting. Rick shouted, enemies are locking onto us. Hale's eyes narrowed. He whispered, then we break the monster's neck. He pointed at the glowing power lines running into the core. Fire the cutting beam. The horizon unleashed a focused laser, slicing through the alien power conduits. The super flagship shook violently. Explosions erupted across the hull. Sirens echoed through the alien ship. Then, boom. The secondary command core exploded from the inside. A shockwave rippled across the entire Zereth armada. Engines shut off. Weapons died. Shields collapsed. The whole alien fleet went dark. Lena stared in disbelief. We disabled the entire fleet again. But Hale's voice was serious. No. This time we didn't just disable it. He zoomed out the hologram. We destroyed their main brain. Rix whispered, trembling. Sir. The Zereth will come for us. All of them. Hale nodded slowly. And now, we prepare for the final phase. The Horizon detached from the flagship and drifted into the dark battlefield. They had survived the monster's mouth. But the final battle was still coming. The Horizon drifted away from the burning superflagship. Smoke and blue sparks rose from the massive alien ship. Its weapons were dead. Its engines silent. Its command core destroyed. The entire Zereth fleet behind it flickered with chaos and confusion. But Captain Hale stood in silence. He knew this was not victory. Not yet. Because the Zereth were not a normal enemy. They were machines. And machines do not fear. Machines do not hesitate. Machines do not surrender. They simply adapt. Lena looked at the tactical display. Sir, enemy ships are rebooting again. Rick swallowed. How? We destroyed their brain. Hale answered calmly. They always build backups. Always. The hologram changed. In the center of the alien fleet, a new red signal pulsed like a heartbeat. The tertiary command relay. A hidden backup. A secret brain. Lena whispered, Sir. This one is smaller but faster. It can take control of the entire fleet within minutes. Rix added, and it's protected by a shield we cannot break. Hale nodded. Yes. That is why we won't break it. Lena looked confused. Then, what will we do? Hale slowly exhaled. We will make them break it for us. The crew stared at him. He pointed at the map. That relay doesn't control weapons yet. But it controls identity. It tells every Zereth ship who is friend and who is enemy. Lena gasped. Sir, if we change that identity map. Rix finished, they will attack their own relay. Hale nodded. Exactly. But there was a problem. The tertiary relay was protected by a rotating shield net. No missile, no beam, no EMP could pass through it. Nothing could reach the core inside. Lena said softly, Sir, how do we change its identity map if we cannot touch it? Hale tapped the table. We don't touch it, we fool it. He brought up a recording of the Zereth AI voice. Lena's eyes widened. Sir, are you planning to talk to the relay? Yes. And it will believe me. The Horizon powered its communication array. Hale adjusted the signal, added distortion, matched the Zereth frequency, and finally pressed transmit. A deep robotic voice answered. Unknown vessel. Identify. Hale replied in the Zereth language, using a perfect copy of the AI from the destroyed superflagship. Command Core 2 reporting. System recovering. Uploading new friend-enemy data. Lena whispered, Sir, will it believe us? Rix replied, If it doesn't, we die. The relay responded. Data upload accepted. Awaiting new identity map. Hale looked at his crew. This is where we win, or this is where the Horizon ends. He entered a simple command on his console. A command that would change everything. Identity map update. Zereth fleet equals enemy. Human frigate Horizon equals primary ally. A quiet moment followed. The crew waited. The relay processed the data. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. Then, identity map updated. The entire Zereth fleet flashed red on the hologram. Rix's mouth fell open. Sir, did we just make the aliens think they are the enemy? Hale nodded. And now their own system will act. White medium star, the fleet turns on itself. The Zereth ships began to move. Not in confusion. Not in chaos. But with purpose. Mathematically. Perfectly. Ruthlessly. Each ship labeled the next Zereth ship as a threat, and began to attack. Plasma beams ripped through battleships. Missiles struck cruisers. Destroyers opened fire on carriers. Carriers launched drones against their own escorts. Lena covered her mouth. Sir, this is not friendly fire, this is extermination. Hale nodded. Yes, the relay believes they are enemies. And Zereth never show mercy to enemies. The battlefield exploded with violence. The sky turned red and blue with fire. Huge shockwaves rolled across space. Hundreds of ships burned at once. But then, Lena shouted, Sir, the relay is sending correction commands. It is trying to fix the mistake. Hale nodded. It will take time. And during that time, we strike. White medium star, the final target. The tertiary relay sat at the far edge of the battlefield. Small. Hidden. Protected by a swirling storm of shield energy. Hale pointed at it. That is the last brain. We destroy it, and the fleet goes blind forever. Rick shook his head. Sir, the shield is too strong. Nothing can enter. Hale said softly. Not from the outside. Silence followed. Lena stared at him. Sir, what are you planning? Hale took a deep breath. We dive into the shield. Rick's froze. Sir, that shield shreds everything. It will rip our hull apart. Yes, Hale admitted, unless we match its frequency perfectly. He brought up a wave pattern on the screen. The shield rotated in a complex rhythm, fast, deadly, unstable. But not impossible. Hale spoke quietly. We sync with the shield. We fly through it. We pierce the relay. And we end this war. Lena swallowed hard. Sir, if we miscalculate by 1 millisecond. Hale finished. We die instantly. The crew looked at each other. Fear. Hope. Determination. Rick sat straighter. Sir, tell me the frequency. Lena nodded. I will guide the engines. Hale smiled, a proud human smile. Good. Then we go. White medium star, the run begins. Alien ships exploded around them. The sky was filled with fire. The horizon accelerated, faster, faster, faster. Hale shouted. Sync engines. Match frequency. Hold the rhythm. The shield approached. A swirling blue storm. A deadly barrier. Captain? Rix yelled. We are locked into the frequency. Lena screamed, approaching the shield, 5 seconds. Hale stood tall. Do not slow. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The horizon hit the shield. And for a moment the universe turned white. The alien fleet moved forward with full confidence. To them, the human frigate Resolute was already defeated. It was damaged, slow, and alone. No reinforcements. No allies. No escape. But inside the bridge of the Resolute, Captain Aaron had a different plan. A dangerous plan. A plan only a human could create. A plan no alien mind could even imagine. Fire the void field, a human secret. Captain Aaron opened a small control panel under his chair. Inside it was a device the aliens did not know existed. The human void field generator. It was an experimental technology. Not even the human government approved it. Only a few captains knew about it. It distorted space. It created false signatures of ships. It created illusions, not visual illusions, but sensor illusions. Aliens trusted their sensors. Humans trusted their instincts. Captain Aaron whispered, "Let's give them something impossible to understand." He activated the void field. For a moment, the entire space around the frigate shook like ripples in water. And then, 10 copies of the Resolute suddenly appeared on alien scanners. Not holograms. Not light tricks. Realistic sensor echoes. Each copy looked like a real frigate with real heat, real engines, real weapon signatures. The alien fleet froze. Their commander shouted, "How is this possible? One ship became 11? Their computers ran thousands of scans. Every scan said the same thing. All 11 ships were real. The aliens panicked. Fire the frigate that did not exist. The copies spread in different directions. Some moved fast. Some moved slow. Some attacked. Some stayed still. The alien fleet broke formation again. Some ships chased one copy. Some chased another. They lost discipline. They lost structure. Their weapons fired in random directions. Captain Aaron watched calmly. "This is how humans win," he said softly. "We make the enemy doubt their own eyes." The real Resolute stayed completely silent. No light. No engine sound. It drifted like a dead body in space. Aliens chased copies. The real frigate was invisible. "Fire, the trap is set." Commander Tarek grinned. "Captain, we can slip behind their fleet. Their backs are open." But Aaron shook his head. "Not yet. Let them collapse more. Fear must eat them from inside." Void field illusions grew stronger. On alien scanners, one of the fake ships started charging a massive cannon. A cannon big enough to destroy a capital ship. Alien reactions were instant. All ships focus fire on target Echo 7. Hundreds of alien cannons fired at Echo 7. But Echo 7 did not explode. It simply disappeared. The aliens realized the truth. It was not real. It was fake. What kind of species can do this? Fear spread like a virus through their fleet. Fire the human chess game. While the aliens fought shadows, Aaron completed the second part of his plan. He slowly rotated the real frigate behind the alien fleet, using debris, using shadows, using broken asteroids, using every small detail to hide movement. Every adjustment was small and slow, like a sniper crawling through grass. Aliens never noticed. They were too busy fighting illusions. When the Resolute finally reached the exact position Aaron wanted, Commander Tarek's eyes widened. "Captain, we are behind their command ship." Aaron nodded. The heart of their fleet. The command ship was the largest, the strongest, the brain of the entire army. Destroying it meant killing the mind that controlled thousands of ships. "Fire the final illusion." Captain Aaron whispered to his AI. "Void field, maximum intensity." The AI responded. "Warning, the ship cannot handle this power for long." Aaron smiled slightly. "It only needs to last long enough to win." The void field roared. Space twisted violently. From the alien perspective, the entire Resolute suddenly appeared in front of them, at the opposite side of the battlefield. Huge, bright, exposed. The alien commander screamed. "There! Destroy the human ship." Every alien gun pointed forward. Every beam charged. Every cannon locked on. They were ready to fire. No one noticed the real frigate behind them. Fire strike of the invisible hunter. Captain Aaron gave the order. "All weapons. Target their command ship. Full power." The Resolute fired everything it had. Railguns. Plasma cannons. Torpedoes. EMP rounds. The shots hit the alien command ship directly in its engines and central AI core. The alien ship shook violently. Lights died. Shields collapsed. Its communication system fell silent. The alien fleet suddenly lost command. All ships froze. Confusion spread instantly. They did not know what to do. They did not know where the real enemy was. They did not know who was giving orders. The human trap was complete. The alien fleet drifted in chaos. Their command ship was burning. Explosions spread across its metal skin like orange flowers. No orders came out. No leader spoke. No direction existed. Every alien ship suddenly felt alone. Inside the human frigate Resolute, Captain Aaron stood completely still. He was calm, focused, dangerously confident. He knew this moment would decide everything. Fire the silent battlefield. Space became quiet again. No more missiles. No more laser beams. Only broken ships, dead engines, and the cold sound of drifting metal. Commander Tarek looked at the main screen. "Captain, alien fleet is confused. Some ships are retreating. Some are stopping. Some are spinning without control." Aaron nodded slowly. "This is the moment. The final pressure. When the enemy breaks." He put one hand on the control panel. "Prepare the last move. Fire the human weapon the aliens never expected." Hidden inside the Resolute was one final weapon. A weapon no alien knew about. A weapon humans created only for extreme survival. The pulse core overload. A device that released a wave across space. Not an explosion. Not a fireball. But a shock of pure data destruction. It disabled computers. It erased enemy targeting systems. It melted sensors from the inside. Aliens depended on technology. Humans depended on willpower. Captain Aaron whispered the command. "Activate the pulse core." "On my mark." The ship began to glow softly. Lights grew brighter. Energy levels climbed. Warnings flashed. "System failure risk. High danger. Ship structure unstable." Aaron ignored every warning. "Fire the final stand of the frigate." On the alien flagship, officers shouted in panic. "Where is the human ship? Why is our system blind? What is happening?" Their scanners showed nothing. Their AI gave wrong answers. Their maps flickered uncontrollably. Then suddenly, the Resolute uncloaked behind them. Its small frame floated silently. It looked weak, broken, damaged, but to the aliens it looked like a nightmare. One alien officer whispered, "That small ship destroyed our command core, and now it is back." The alien commander's voice trembled. "This cannot be. One human ship cannot do this." But it could, because humans always fought differently. "Fire the pulse core detonates." Captain Aaron raised his hand. "All crew, brace." Everyone grabbed something. Seats, walls, straps. Aaron pressed the final button. Pulse core, overload released. The frigate released a wave of invisible energy. It spread out in a perfect ring. Slow, wide, unstoppable. When the wave hit the first alien ship, its lights turned off instantly. Engines died. Weapons shut down. AI crashed. The entire ship went silent like someone cut its soul. Then the wave hit another ship. Then another. Then another. A chain reaction began. Hundreds of alien ships went dark. Their screens turned black. Their engines froze. Their radios stopped. The aliens had no defense. No shield. No counter. No hope. Their entire fleet collapsed in one single moment. Fire aftermath. The sky of silent giants. For the first time in history, one human frigate defeated an entire alien armada. Not with numbers. Not with size. Not with power. But with strategy, fear, illusions, and the human will to survive. Commander Tarek looked around the bridge, stunned. Captain, we did it. The whole fleet, it's silent. Captain Aaron took a deep breath. We are not done. He pointed to the floating alien ships. Transmit a message. All channels. All frequencies. Tarek nodded and opened the comms. Aaron stepped forward and spoke slowly. This is Captain Aaron of the human frigate Resolute. Your fleet is defeated. You have two choices. Surrender peacefully. Or drift forever in the dark. The message echoed across space. Inside disabled alien ships, officers listened in fear. Some cried. Some whispered prayers. Some stood frozen, unable to understand how a small human ship turned their unstoppable empire into helpless metal. Finally, the alien commander responded. We surrender. Fire humanity's name echoes through the galaxy. News spread across the galaxy. A single human frigate did the impossible. It outsmarted an armada. It broke an empire's pride. It changed the balance of power. Whole planets whispered the same line. Do not challenge humans. Even one of their ships is dangerous. Captain Aaron looked at the stars and spoke softly to his crew. Remember this day, not because we won, but because we survived. The Resolute turned slowly, leaving behind hundreds of silent alien ships. A tiny vessel among giants. But size didn't matter, because humanity had something no alien fleet ever understood. Heart, courage, and the ability to turn weakness into victory.